I look at what is happening with the politics and everything, everybody is more interested in the next post. Nobody's interested in solving the problem. There's a problem we have already on the ground. Why don't we solve the problem? We're all interested in, appearing before TV, having a front page cover of newspaper, doing this. People will tell you, Peter, you're not properly publicized. But the problem is here. Why are you publicizing? Why don't you solve this problem here? If the schools are working, the schools, like now, I didn't have to go and write front page newspapers. But Anambra is best in WAEC. What we did is to support the schools. The schools produced the result, which gave us front page. But if we were paying front page when the schools were collapsing, it's of no use. Let us stop this pen trying to deceive the people and talk to the real thing. There's a problem in the country. Let us solve the problem.
I don't really understand the reason why the statement of Mr. Peter Obi running for just one term in office of 4 years is become a national discourse. Remember that I have been saying in my previous videos that it seems like the ruling party is actually the opposition since 2023. And Peter Obi is already the president of the country. Because Peter Obi has been doing what the president ought to be doing. It took the president less than 18 months to identify private jet of the president is not working properly, and then he went ahead to purchase a new private jet. It took him less than 18 months, and he got a new private jet for himself. And there was a presidential yacht, of which Ali Udume told us that it has been purchased but not yet delivered. Okay. Away from that, we have seen all manners of contracts awarded. Even the Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway was approved by the National Assembly. Now we have seen that the FEC now approves budgets. FEC will approve that so amount of money should be used to do so and so, like the Murtala Mohammed International Airport. You know that within the last 48 hours, it has been from one media house to another, everybody reacted. So once Peter Obi does to everybody will run to media houses. So let's look at the response of Mr. Peter Obi, and then we'll look at the battles between Rufai and Reuben Abati. According to His Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi, he says that if service is the motive, turning the tender in 4 years is possible. I still find it baffling that my decision to do a term of 4 years, if given the mandate to rule this country, is generating so much agitation. By this feeling, we are doubting the fact that a sincere leader can achieve much in 48 months. He said, I have never been desperate in the pursuit of power or anything else for that matter. Now, let me pause a bit. This particular line is directly referring to Reuben Abati because he talks about desperation, he talks about him serving food and all of that. But mind you, Peter Obi was not the only person that served food in that occasion. In fact, when I saw it at first, I wasn't happy that Peter Obi was serving food and all of that. But when I dig deep, I discovered that it was actually a program that was organized for politicians and well-to-do people in the society to come in, and it was a charitable program of which they said those that are well-to-do should serve those that are not really doing well in the society. And when you talk about doing well, I'm talking about finance here. And they were the ones serving, let's say, the poor. And then he generated another conversation again that he's been desperate. Oh, you shouldn't attend any program. If they invite him, you shouldn't go. Like, you go to them money for it, they say, make you not come and do it again. Let's go back to what he said. And he said that there are some truth associated with desperation, which in no way are in any of my political behavior in the past and now, like engaging in overly aggressive rhetorics or action to prove a point or gain attention, becoming overly defensive or reactive to criticism, often to the point of appearing paranoid. He said, making unrealistic and unfulfillable promise to win support or approval, resulting into personal attacks or character assassination to discredit opponents or frequently changing positions or policy to suit immediate political needs. What drives me is not personal ambition, but a deep commitment to see Nigeria work. And if the sacrifice required of me is 4 years of sincere, accountable leadership, so be it. Throughout my political journey, I have never been involved in thuggery, the snatching of ballot box, or any form of electoral malpractices. I challenge anyone, conduct your investigations. You will find no stain of rigging or violence associated with my name. I have always chose the path of peace, principle, and civility. You see, more don't even talk plenty. This one, we all saw it in 2023. Less for me, arrow to arrow, hand to hand, leg to leg, match to match in 2023. Yes, so since everybody want mad, make we mad together. They came to snatch ballot box, snatch them out of the ballot box. But even after all the rigging and the manipulation, Peter Obi said what? Even when most people were like, okay, fine, we will revolt, we will protest, we will not agree. Come to Abuja and see. Election was declared. In fact, after the election, the 24 hours later, military were deployed to Abuja. Come to Abuja and see. The whole street were militarized. You can't move freely. You go to every look and clinic of Abuja, all the junction, everywhere, ammo van, ammo tank, everywhere, to detail people from coming out to protest. Eventually, Tinubu was declared the winner. And what happened? The military were on the streets for complete 2 good weeks before they were, stepped down. So, tell me, if he's so desperate, that is the reason why some people say that Sowore will do better. Sowore will not allow these people to do this nonsense that they are doing to Peter Obi. And I even saw a video today that they were saying that you should collaborate with Peter Obi now so that, violence plus peace can... Anyway, Peter Obi ended his speech and he said, as those who have contested against me, none were ever denied their rights, framed or falsely accused. None was asked to place their adverts material or break the bank to do so. I believe in fair competition, not a manufactured victory. Oh God. This one now straight to Tinubu. Manufactured victory. Straight to APC. In 4 years, we can confront corruption head-on, redirecting resources to prioritize area. For instance, the trillions used to acquire new presidential jets and other unnecessary expenses at this time could have been channeled into education, healthcare, and infrastructural development. So you see, this man has been saying this thing, he has been saying this thing. And I believe that the first video you watch when he was talking, it was 2014, maybe 2013, when he was talking about the fact that he don't need to pay media and all of that, like Wike is holding press briefing every 2 market days. He went ahead to say, within the same period, we ensure that the rule is sacrosanct and the rule of law is strictly followed. Within the same period, we can conduct free, fair, and credible elections. You see, now this one, but I need to choke everybody, because when Peter Obi become the president eventually, comes to 2027, and he's going only one term, you should now understand that we're going to be having electronically transmits transmission of results will be done in our next election by 2021. So those that will carry money and be bribing people, it don't go work, because Peter Obi go sit down there. He will make sure that the election is free and fair. So you can equally see a person like Sowore, who is actually struggling across the country now in terms of reaching out to the broader part of the country can easily pass his message and become the president. Yes. You can see people like you and me now can run for any office, including the office of the president, and with or little no resources, as long as our message can be cut across the country and people can hear the message, the goodwill message, you win your election and you go and do, but with track record. Yes, let's emphasize on that. Track record of good leadership in different parastatals, track record in accountability, track record in many things that you have done in the past. Not that you just go for a slave for someone, then nobody knows, you just come from nowhere. They carry money, give you, make go develop your community. OT law, don't have voice me. And you end up by saying leadership to me is not about entitlement, it is about service. If given the mandate for just one term, I will dedicate every moment to build a Nigeria that works for all. Not a Nigeria that works for only obedience, like the one that other people are doing. Not the one that works for only the south or the southeast, or the south north central, or the northeast or northwest, that work for all. People that have talked down Peter Obi before are now realizing that they know, right from they know that this is the right person. They know, but it's just like the ego, and also the fact that this guy is going to stop them from eating a lot, so they don't want to go into it. Unfortunately, bam, it happens that there is no way for them to even have a taste of power without Peter Obi. You think that with Atiku on the ballot 2027, any Nigerians will seriously go to the polls? That's the reason why I see First Okayom was saying that if they are apathy, is good for them. Take a listen.
Be the deputy to Atiku, the Christian demography will pull out of that 6 million votes.
But they will not go to Tinubu.
If they remain at political, we are good. No, if they remain at political, we are good.
So they are hoping that Atiku will fly the ticket, right? And Peter Obi will become a VP. Then majority of Nigerians will turn out, which will give Tinubu a landslide victory. I've said that severally. The only way is Atiku just forget about this thing and be a statesman, and the country will remember you for the rest of their life. Because at a junction where Nigeria need that, U-turn to get it right, you step down your political ambition for that to happen, and then it happens. Do you know what that means? You'll be more remembered to any other person that ever fought for anything in this country. Anyway, in my next video, I'll be talking about Rufai replying to Abati, a really bad boss at the studio, and Nigerians coming all out for Charles Soludo and Reuben Abati once again. Thank you for watching.